I'm Lynn. Welcome all of you to English Practice Channel. Today, we practice many listening lessons are called passive listening. Passive listening is how we get used to the native speaker's accent without focusing too much on the meaning of each word. It'll like the way we enjoy an English song with a clear melody. If we practice listening again and again, we will feel the sound and pronunciation. Now, we start our lesson.
One, my family. With 6 people in my family, it's not fun being the middle kid. Besides Mom and Dad, I have 2 older brothers and a pretty sister. My father is a manager in a company, and my mother is a doctor. They are quite busy all day. We all try to help with the housework. Chang Han is my eldest brother. He is a junior in a university now. He is going to be a medical doctor. When he is at home, he has his nose in a book and yells at me if I make the slightest noise. My pretty sister is only in elementary school, but she is good at helping Mother with cooking and cleaning. I'm only a senior in high school. I'm just young enough to get pushed around by my big brothers and not old enough yet to boss my younger sister. My second elder brother is a whiz at math. Since I'm going to be a chemistry major in college, I sometimes need his help with my homework. He is only a freshman, but he is really good. However, I cannot complain too much. I really love my family. I'm proud of all of them. I would not change them for any other family.
2. The telephone. The telephone is the most common means of communication. It is the greatest carrier of messages. Many people use it almost every day. I can hardly imagine how we should get on if we didn't have telephones. There are some advantages of telephones. The first is speed, and the second is directness. If you want to get an immediate connection, it is obviously quicker to phone someone rather than to write a letter. If you want information, it is often possible to get it directly by phone. Another advantage is that the telephone can give you a personal feeling. If you want to speak or get in contact with a friend or a relative, you feel much closer to them when you are talking to them on the telephone. Whereas in a letter, the words you write down are rather impersonal. However, telephones have some disadvantages. If you have a telephone at home, it often rings at an inconvenient time. For example, the telephone may ring when you are watching your favorite television program. Another disadvantage is that sometimes you might misunderstand what somebody is saying. If it is a matter of really important information, it is probably safer to have it in a letter rather than on telephone.
3.
The seasons. The year is divided into 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. In spring, nature wakes from her long winter sleep. The trees are filled with new life. The earth is warmed by the rays of the sun, and the weather gets gradually milder. The fields and meadows are covered with fresh green grass. The woods and forests are filled with the songs of birds. The sky is blue and cloudless. At night, millions of stars shine in the darkness. When summer comes, the weather gets warmer still, and sometimes it's very hot. It's the farmer's busy season. He works in his fields from morning till night. The grass must be cut, and the hay must be made, while the dry weather lasts. Autumn brings with it harvest time, when the crops are gathered in and the fruit is picked in the orchards. The days get shorter and the nights longer. The woods turn yellow and leaves begin to fall from the trees. When winter comes, we spend more time indoors because outdoors it's cold. Rivers and lakes are frozen, and the roads are sometimes covered with slippery ice or deep snow. 4. Television. Obviously, television has both advantages and disadvantages. In the first place, television is not only a convenient source of entertainment, but also a comparatively cheap one. With a TV set in the family, people don't have to pay for expensive seats at the theater, the cinema, or the opera. All they have to do is to push a button or turn a knob, and they can see plays, films, operas, and shows of every kind. Some people, however, think that this is where the danger lies. The television viewers need do nothing. He does not even have to use his legs if he has a remote control. He makes no choice and exercises no judgment. He is completely passive and has everything presented to him without any effort on his part. Television, it is often said, keeps one informed about current events and the latest developments in science and politics. The most distant countries and the strangest customs are brought right into one's sitting room. It could be argued that the radio performs this service as well, but on television, everything is much more vivid, much more real. Yet, here again, there is a danger. The television screen itself has a terrible, almost physical charm for us. We get so used to looking at the movements on it, so dependent on its pictures, that it begins to control our lives. People are often heard to say that their television sets have broken down and that they have suddenly found that they have far more time to do things and that they have actually begun to talk to each other again. It makes one think, doesn't it? There are many other arguments for and against television. We must realize that television in itself is neither good nor bad. It is the use to which it is put that determines its value to society.
5.
Insurance. Life is full of dangers and surprises. Your house may burn down, and you may fall out of the window and break your neck. Mice may eat your floor so that you drop in the flat below. Anything may happen. You can never know. You cannot always prevent disasters, but you can insure against them. Most forms of insurance are voluntary. It is up to you whether you insure or not. But some forms are compulsory. that means you have to insure. For example, a driver must take out a third-party insurance policy. The three parties are you, yourself, your insurance company, and anybody else. For example, the man who had a crash with you. It doesn't cover fire, theft, or anything else. Its aim is only to protect road users from each other. If you want to insure against all the other terrible things that might happen to you or your car, you can take a comprehensive policy. Another form of compulsory insurance is national insurance. Everybody over 16 earning money on a regular basis must pay a sum each week to the state. These weekly contributions cover part of the cost of the National Health Service and the other social service benefits. Example, unemployment benefit, sickness benefit, old age pensions, and so on. 6. Dreams. A dream is made up of a series of mind pictures that form during sleep. The people and actions in these pictures seem real to the person who is dreaming. When a person is asleep, he has little or no control over his mind. Then, ideas and feelings come out to form the mind picture known as dreams. Dreams may be influenced by different things that are present during sleep. If a person is cold, he may dream that he is out in a snowstorm. Worries or anger may also influence the content of a dream. Some people think that they seldom dream, and other people are quite sure that they do not dream at all. Studies of human sleep have shown, though, that everyone dreams every night. If a person thinks he does not dream, it is because he does not remember dreaming when he wakes up. Usually, a person may dream 3 to 7 times for a total of 1 to 2 hours of dreaming every night. Not only does everyone dream, but it seems that we all need to dream. One theory is that dreaming gives us a chance to escape from the rules of our real world. In dreams, we can see our wishes come true. We can be rich, powerful, and successful.
7. Advantages of a job interview. Nowadays, when a person is hunting for a job, there will always be a job interview, through which the interviewee and the interviewer can know about each other. Therefore, I think that the job interview has many advantages. During the interview, the interviewer lets the interviewee know something about the job, such as the wage, the working conditions, and chances to get promotion. Then, the interviewee can decide whether the job is really suitable for him. Besides, the job interview is also a good chance for the interviewee, because he can impress the interviewer by showing both his ability and his confidence. He can tell the interviewer in person about his educational background or his working experience. Thus, the interviewer can figure out whether he is the right person for the job. In addition, the job interview will do good to both the interviewer and the interviewee. By means of interview, the interviewee can find a good job and the interviewer can find a suitable person if both of them make the best of the job interview.
8.
Career selection. Has your son chosen his career yet, Mrs. Young? What is he going to do when he leaves college? Is he going to be a doctor like his father? Oh no, he's decided not to be a doctor. He's seen the hard life of a doctor. Mrs. Black, he's made up his mind to be an engineer. Oh, that's very interesting. A mechanical engineer, like my husband? No, not that sort. Of course, Patrick is very interested in cars too, but he isn't going to make them. There are several kinds of engineers, aren't there? Electrical engineers, chemical engineers? Oh no. Patrick is taking a general course on civil engineering at the university. You know, a civil engineer is a man who makes roads and bridges and that sort of thing. When he's finished the course, he'll take a special course on water supply. Oh, how interesting! Does he intend to go abroad? Oh, yes. When he's finished his education, perhaps he'll take a job abroad. There are a lot of opportunities for water supply engineers, especially in underdeveloped countries. 9. Choosing careers. Parents generally believe it is their responsibility to plan the careers for their children. They claim that they know their children well enough to decide what kind of job suits them. Hoping that their children will go in for professions that will bring them the greatest prestige and economic benefit, many parents think that their children are too young to see this for themselves. There are some parents who even expect their children to take over the careers of their fathers. For these reasons, many parents insist that their children should obey them in choosing careers. But many children suggest that they should be left free to choose their own careers. For one thing, parents and children may not share the same interest. A job that appeals to parents is likely to be boring for their children. For another, children have been brought up in a different age from their parents, and therefore they should be allowed to cultivate a spirit of independence and self-reliance. In short, children should be free to make their own decisions as to future careers. In my opinion, in this case, as in many other things, mutual understanding is important. On the one hand, parents' view does reflect their concern for the well-being of their children. On the other hand, after all, it is children who will be doing the jobs. Therefore, it will be wise for parents to give them this freedom, while children should consult their parents when it is necessary.
10. The successful interview. To be successful in a job interview, the applicant should show certain personal and professional qualities. Inasmuch as the first and often lasting impression of a person is decided by the clothes he wears, the job applicant should take care to appear well-groomed and modestly dressed, avoiding the extremes of too elaborate or too casual. Besides care for personal appearance, he should pay attention to his manner of speaking, which should be neither ostentatious nor familiar, but rather straightforward, accurate, and friendly. In addition, he should be prepared to talk knowledgeably about the requirements of the position for which he is applying in relation to his own professional experience and interests. And finally, the really impressive applicant must convey a sense of self-confidence and enthusiasm for work, factors which all interviewers value highly. The job seeker who displays these characteristics, with just a little luck, will certainly succeed in the typical personnel interview.